Out of these three options, what is your best choice in order to overcome your panic attacks? The reason why most of you choose deep breathing and avoiding triggers is because you have been misinformed about what true meditation is. When you think of meditation, you probably think of someone in the Himalayas with a brown or yellow color robe covering his bare body. He's chanting some mantra. He's sitting with his spine erect and he's just doing all sorts of hand mudras. Or you're probably thinking of someone who is just closing his eyes with his back straight and just focusing his attention on his breath. You see, these are the types of things that people are being fed about meditation, and this is what pushes people away from a very transformational thing. Meditation means to become familiar with. If you can become familiar with the version of yourself that you want to become, you are meditating. So, this if you learn meditation, if you actually understand what meditation truly is, then I promise you, you will overcome your panic attacks. Now, I have to tell you my story. I live in Nepal. Nepal is a land of esoteric knowledge, it's a land of meditators, it's a land of spiritual knowledge. But I did not know anything about spirituality, anything about meditation, anything about how powerful my mind is until I was 21 years of age. But when I was 21 years of age, I was suffering from intense anxiety and panic attacks. And luckily, I found a person who is regarded as very dangerous by the world. He had a spiritual commune in Oregon. He was very popular. He was considered to be a radical. He was considered to be even criminal. He was considered to be mad. But behind his madness, I found the truth that helped me liberate myself from my own madness, from my own anxiety and panic attacks. I learned about how powerful our mind can become. I learned how powerful our imagination is by this teacher. And then I started going deep on this rabbit hole of imagination. This was when I discovered Neville Goddard and people like Joe Dispenza. So when I talk about meditation, I'm able to combine Eastern mysticism with Western spiritual leaders like Neville Goddard and scientists like Joe Dispenza. So I know what I'm talking about, and I have a unique three-step meditation process in order to completely change your life and heal your panic attacks. So you must believe that you do not have to spend countless amount of dollars or hours spending your time and money on therapy sessions and buying anxiety pills. If you simply learn how to meditate correctly, you can overcome your panic attacks overnight. So listen to me. If you want to never experience panic attacks ever again, if you want your friends and family to stop worrying about you, if you want your ex-girlfriend or your ex-boyfriend or your competitors to look at you and be just jealous about how good you are doing in your life and regret that they ever messed with you, if you want to date amazing people because now you have finally become this amazing person with no mental health issues, then lock in. The first step of my three-step meditation process is I'm sorry, I'm a little sick. Three-step meditation process is the first step is relaxation. The way to relax is through yoga nidra. You might think in order to relax you can just take a hot shower, but no, that's not how things work. When I'm talking about relaxation, I'm talking about a state where your body feels very relaxed and your mind feels very alert, and that is only possible through yoga nidra. Yoga nidra simply means you're putting your awareness all throughout your body, and you're just achieving a state of relaxation, and you're just achieving a brainwave which is very coherent and beautiful and slow. Right now, when you're watching my video, you're focused on me, your brain is producing beta waves. When you are super stressed in your life, when you're highly focused in your problem of your life, then your brain is producing high beta waves. They're not very good. So do yoga nidra meditation first. The first step is yoga nidra, which is linked in the description box down below, and you will know what true relaxation means. When you do yoga nidra meditation, your brain will start to produce alpha waves and theta waves. Alpha waves helps your brain to visualize things clearly, and theta waves helps your brain to become very suggestible to your own visualization. What that means is, in theta waves, the door between your conscious mind and your subconscious mind is wide open. And when you can impress your subconscious mind with certain types of mental imagery and feelings, then your physical reality must change. Your physical reality is just a projection from your own subconscious mind. This is the reason why yogis have been calling this physical reality as Maya, as just an illusion, because they know very well that if they can upgrade their state of consciousness, change their state of mind, change the program that are inside their subconscious mind, then their personal reality must upgrade as well. Even their biology gets an upgrade, because your biology, your physiology, your body is a part of physical reality. Anything that you can perceive through your five senses is a part of your physical reality, and it is just an illusion. How cool is that? It's just an illusion, it's just simply an extension of your own mind. So you must drill this one concept in your head. The universe that you can perceive through your five senses is actually immaterial. It is completely mental and it is spiritual. So do yoga nidra meditation and you will be connected to the divinity that is present all around you and inside you as well. When you're connected to this divinity, to this source of infinite possibilities, then you can create the reality that you desire. Now, what you're going to do is, when you achieve a state of relaxation, you start to imagine, because imagination, a strong imagination, creates reality. That's what Neville Goddard said in his lectures throughout his 20th century as being a spiritual leader. So, what you're going to imagine is, you start to imagine that you're already the person that you desire to become, and you're already doing the things that you want to do. So, start to imagine that you're already a calm, happy, relaxed, joyful, empowered version of yourself. The way to make this visualization, to make this imagination very strong, is by asking questions. What are the things that I'm going to do now that I have become this amazing human being? Maybe you start to visualize that you're now going to social events and talking to people in a very confident manner with your chest out. Maybe visualize that you're noticing your breathing rate has slowed down in places that previously used to trigger your anxiety and panic attacks. Maybe notice that your pulse rate has slowed down and it is just 70, but right now it's probably 100 plus. Maybe you can start to visualize that you are waking up with a big smile on your face instead of heart palpitation and sweating from your face and all from your body. Maybe visualize that you're going to bed at night with a big smile on your face and saying to yourself, wow, I had an amazing day. What all of this imagination signifies is you have healed. All of these visualization scenarios signifies to your subconscious mind that you're now a completely different human being who is having all of these wonderful experiences, and now all of the things in your life is turning out wonderfully for you. So right now, What can you not do because you're inflicted with mental pain? Start to do all of those things in your imaginary scenario. Maybe right now you're avoiding coffee and avoiding dating. So start to date people in your imaginary scenario. Start to drink coffee in your imaginary scenario. Start to provide all the sensory vividness to your imaginary scenario. So touch your romantic partner's hair. See your romantic partner smiling at you. Hear your romantic partner compliment you on how peaceful and how powerful of a human being you are. Smell the perfume that's coming out of her or him. Smell the aroma of coffee. Drink coffee. When you provide all of this sensory vividness to your imagination, the things that you can see after you have become this amazing version of yourself, the things that you can hear, the things that you can taste, things that you can smell, things that you can touch. Maybe people are complimenting you, your friends and family are complimenting you on how you have changed as a person. Maybe you are saying to your friends and family, hey guys, you do not have to worry about me anymore. I do not buy anxiety pills. I don't go to therapy sessions anymore. I'm completely fine. When you do all of these things, your brain starts to create neural network that reflect like all of this imaginary scenario is actually happening to you in real time, because your brain is so objective that it cannot differentiate between an imagined scenario which is provided with all the sensory vividness and an experience that you have in this three-dimensional reality. So start to take advantage of this wonderful property of your brain. The third step is mental rehearsal of this imaginary scenario until you start to derive feelings from it. So, what mental rehearsal does is it starts to strengthen the neural network that is formed inside of your brain. It starts to make it very permanent and hard and set. Through enough mental rehearsal, these neural networks are going to send a rush of chemicals down your body. These chemicals are going to create feelings inside of your body, and those feelings are going to be equal to your imaginary scenario. Your scenario, your imagination signified that now you have become a completely different version of yourself who is happy, who is relaxed, who is calm, and you're doing the things that you currently cannot do. All the things are turning out wonderfully for you. So, of course, you are going to feel the equivalent emotions of gratitude, joy, and empowerment. And the moment you start to feel all of these elevated emotions of gratitude and joy and empowerment, your healing begins. We had this stupid way of thinking that we need to await our healing or we need to await the success from this three-dimensional reality in order to feel gratitude, in order to feel empowered. But I just told you the physical reality is just an illusion. It is just a projection from your own state of consciousness. Right now, your physical reality is tragic, your physical health is deteriorating because your state of mind is bad. So, depending on the physical reality, again, to validate what kind of feelings you're going to feel, what kind of mental imagery and feelings are you going to impress your subconscious mind with, is stupid. Start to ignore whatever is happening in your physical reality, because I just gave you the tools to just close your eyes, make your inner world of thoughts, feelings, and mental imagery real, and feel the emotions, feel all of these positive emotions without depending on anything external. This is going to make you feel really powerful because right now you have the tools to just simply feel all the emotions that you want without depending on anything that is external. Isn't that amazing? Why do you even care about anything in your external world? Why do you even care if your visualization is going to materialize into existence when you can simply feel the emotions that you desire to feel by closing your eyes, imagining all the wonderful things happening to you, and simply mentally rehearsing all of these things? But the thing is, even if you stop caring about if your visualization is going to come true or not, even if you stop waiting for your visualization to materialize, it's a law that everything that you visualized, if embraced emotionally, must materialize into this three-dimensional reality. This is the changeless law, and nobody can deny this law. However, you're not allowed to wait for your visualization, because when you're waiting, you are in the feeling of separation. You're always in the feeling of lack. You're always saying, oh my God, when is my upgraded version of myself going to come? When are all of these wonderful things going to happen in my life? No, don't do that. The only thing that you must do is sustain the emotions of gratitude and joy and empowerment. Just assume all of these things are going to materialize. Keep showing up every day. Do these three simple steps every day, in the morning, in the night, whenever free time you get during the day, because you have to train your brain and body how to feel all of these wonderful emotions. And when you're not looking for all of these wonderful things to happen to you, that is the moment all of these things will just come to life. One night you're going to go to bed at night doing these three simple steps, and the next morning you will wake up as a completely different human being, with no heart palpitation, with no anxiety, with nothing. You'll just know that you're changed, because you're not waiting for them to happen. And that is the moment when, boom, it's going to happen. It's such a unique thing to experience. Now, the thing that you must be really aware of is, right now your attention span is short. So do not waste your attention by paying all of your attention on Instagram reels or TikToks or drugs or alcohol or all these forms of instant gratification that makes your attention span even shorter. If you do these three simple steps, you're going to lengthen your attention span. You're going to be able to hold your attention on a particular imaginary scenario and derive feelings from it. And that is the moment where you are going to feel extremely powerful, because you can simply feel the feelings regardless of what everybody does around you. Isn't that cool? Now, I have made a ton of different videos on how to completely overcome your panic attacks. But if you still feel like you cannot do it alone, then I have my Gmail, my Telegram, my Viber, my WhatsApp, which are all linked in the description box down below. Message me, and I will make sure I will hold your hand one to one online, and I will make sure that you do not ever have panic attacks ever again. You have to remember, sky is the limit. Once you truly know how to meditate correctly, imagine correctly, feel the emotions of your desired imagination correctly. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.